I think micro schools are uniquely situated to handle those situations. And I think a big reason why they say it will never happen, which is not biblical, because all things are possible and we can pray over those children and they have the mind of Christ. And those are things that we're doing in schools, having them say, I have the mind of Christ and I can do all things, because the power of life and death is in our tongue and faith comes by hearing. So as they grow in faith, they will grow in education. And that being a biblical worldview mindset on everything we're doing. But what we do in micro schools is, if I have a fifth grader that is really struggling with reading and writing, guess what group they're in? They're in with my first grade phonics group. We don't call it first grade. We need them to lead. So they come in, they're doing the phonics songs, all of our phonics songs, they're leading them. They're the ones that are reading out loud to the kids during read aloud time. They're the ones that the kids are reading to them, and they're not allowed to help them and give them the answer. They can help them figure out the beginning sounds. Those kids are starting to be stronger readers because they're in a position where they're a leader. They're not ashamed. They're not embarrassed. They're not trying to just say, I got the answer, because that's a lot of what's happening, is pretending like they know the answer. They're sitting with a little kid who's already looking up to them. And so they're learning. And then we have a school that has in Eminence, Missouri. It's Eminence Christian School. It's one of our model schools. I get a lot of my scheduling and help from Kristen Martin over there. She's amazing. She had 21 students in 1st through 8th grade by herself last year, and it ran like a machine. But she sat any kids who were struggling with reading directly behind her first graders during phonics. They might be working on math, but in addition to their phonics, they're also sitting there listening and hearing correct ways to speak, correct ways to read, and learning how to form their letters correctly. And so I think in a micro school setting, you are uniquely situated to group kids together in what they're doing, where they're actually at. In the public school system, if by 3rd grade they're not reading, guess what? There's 30 kids in that class in 4th grade. They're already doing way bigger stuff. So they are going to fall behind. And then we have no child left behind, so we just pass them all. And a lot of these kids went through COVID. A lot of these kids were learning how to multiply and divide on a computer in their bedroom. And I guarantee you that they weren't doing it. And it's not their fault. And the teacher can't fail them. It's not their fault. So what do we do with this now? This is a great solution to a problem that is even before COVID, but especially in light of COVID, where we can group kids in one classroom into the groups that they need to be in. So everybody does level appropriate math and language arts.